In the past few months, there's been a growing craze on the internet and local malls all about a plushy toy known as Labubu. But behind their fuzzy exterior, I believe I've uncovered something darker. Because unknown to anyone until now, Labubus are a Wizard of the Coast psyop. But how could this be? How does an innocent toy benefit a corporate Goliath? Well, to get to the truth of the matter, we have to start with the history. Kai-Sing Lung, the artist behind Labubus, was born in Hong Kong, but grew up in the Netherlands, where he heard stories of magical freaks, especially those about elves. And inspired by this folklore, Lung launched an illustrated book series called The Monsters in 2015, featuring a playful tribe of female elves known as Labubus. Lung released an artistic toy series inspired by the characters not long after the Monsters trilogy came out. Can you think of any other collectible merchandise based on monsters? But the similarities don't end there. They say the devil is in the details, so let's start with them. Labubus are sold in blind boxes. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with blind boxes, they are randomized lottery system where the contents of the box are unknown to you at the time of purchase, and only upon opening the box are the true contents revealed. Essentially, the contents of the box are kept secret. And on the subject of boxes, since the Labubus sort of live in this box and are based on monsters, box may not be the best term for where they live. Instead, perhaps a cave, a home, or a lair. You could even say, instead of a blind box, that these collectible monsters can be purchased in a secret lair. The secret element is important because Labubus are randomized. There's actually a rarity system innately built into the Labubus. Does that sound familiar? The idea of opening a package, or pack for short, in order to maybe find some rare or mythic collectible item. Now sure, you might say I'm getting ahead of myself. Magic the Gathering has proxies where you can print your own versions of the cards. You never actually have to buy anything. How could this possibly be a psyop? It's impossible to print Labubus after all. Or is it? Could all these similarities be coincidental? I think not. I think this actually goes higher up the chain than just Wizards of the Coast. Because the artist behind Labubus is human, and humans are social creatures, meaning it's very likely that Kai-Sing Lung has friends. You could even say he has bros. One of Hasbro's main tenets as a corporate conglomerate is to locate and build up buyer utilization. But wait, locate and build up buyer utilization. It's been right in front of us the entire time. Now you might say Labubus are a single product. You only buy one in each pack. But with Magic the Gathering cards, you get numerous ones, and they would never reduce a pack down to a single card, right? Well, they've gotten darn close before. You see, in the epilogue set Aftermath, the packs had 5 cards, which is a dangerous precedent to set because it's only a matter of time until Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro put out packs that have a single card in them. Labubus are market testing. They want to see how much people are willing to spend for one single monster. Now, these monster toys, as a collector's item, have great value on the secondary markets due to the limited supply. Now, Wizards of the Coast has tried to help out their own secondary market by using the reserved list. Now, do you know who else had a list? Epstein. Now, besides all the facts that I've clearly presented to you, there's one other thing we need to consider: the fact that Kai-Sing Lung grew up in the Netherlands. The very same Netherlands where Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro is planning to have yet another MagicCon. That's right, Amsterdam, the capital of the Netherlands, and where Kai-Sing Lung grew up. But why is that important? Well, obviously, Wizards and Hasbro want to stay friends with Kai-Sing Lung because friendship is magic. And we've actually heard that before with the My Little Pony Secret Lair, where the card Applejack allows you to put a toy you own onto the battlefield as a 2/2 creature. Now, obviously, the idea is that you can now use your Labubus as not only a collector's item, but now something in Magic the Gathering. It's all making sense now. Why are they doing this crossover, this subtlety, this market testing? Hasbro only moves for one reason and one reason alone: to introduce new players into Magic the Gathering. But not just any new player, a very specific demographic: the goth baddies. The very same goth baddies that are the ideal romantic partner for many Magic the Gathering players. A quick look at my YouTube statistics helps reinforce this, because many Magic players are in their late 20s, early 30s, the perfect time in Hasbro's mind for you to settle down and start a family with perhaps a goth baddie that they introduced into Magic via the Labubu system. For years, the wealthy elite have been pushing for a return to traditional family values in order to increase birth rates, because the wheels of capitalism are spun with labor. Corporations need new generations to be born, which is why there's been so many attacks on women's reproductive freedoms in order to strip this choice from them. Hasbro is no different. This psychological operation is designed to bring in new players with the hope of reproduction and the maintainment of the status quo. Just kidding, guys. This has all been a big joke. That brings us to the end of the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you subscribe, subscribe. Shout out to my patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for continuing to support me. Also, I have a Discord. It is linked in the description down below.